Right, here we are. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I've not done an episode on here for a number of weeks. It could be actually coming up to a month. And there has actually been an update since I last played it, which is why I've got this warning on the screen, which is about the change game detected thing. And the truck may well have gone back to our garage. So we'll just have to press drive and see where it ends up. I'm guessing it's going to be in Grimsby. Yep, I think we are. Yes, we are. So, of course, we're back in the UK again. So we're not really in Scandinavia. But not to worry, I think I've probably finished with the main Scandinavia only series. I'm going to be going anywhere in Europe again. And you'll see one of the new features in the update is, you see where my cursor is? You can see that one on the waymark thing. This allows you to add a destination within your journey. You can add multiple destinations as well, or waypoints. I think you can do it within a journey and even after your main destination. So we'll probably try that out at some point. But first of all, we need to go into the freight market, and we also need to get past the darkness. So I think first of all, we will just have a good old sleep. Good, so there we go, we're past the night time and it is now 20 to 10 in the morning, so we should have a nice long day driving without any night time to contend with. So the job market is what we need, freight market, and then let's see where we can go to. Now I want to do one which is price per distance, and obviously we can't really do a massive one unless of course I split it over 2 episodes, which I could do, but we'll just see. Let's see what else is available. Got one to Paris from Grimsby. Liverpool, that's not a very long one, but that is actually quite well paid. So we might do that one. We've also got one to Rotterdam, but I've done them quite a lot, those ones. They're not really that exciting. But it's not bad pay. That's 109 miles. The other one is 161 miles. So I think we'll do that one. We'll do White Phosphorus to Liverpool. So we'll get that booked in. So we're going to pick that up. If you have been watching my Farming Simulator videos as well, you'll know that I have adjusted my G27 steering wheel and I've made it less responsive. This way I'm hoping I'll be able to do some more gradual movements when steering, and it won't be quite as harsh, especially when changing lane. I've also adjusted the brake intensity, but that was still pretty hard at braking then, so I might have to adjust that again. I'm always contending with the traffic. So, the White Phosphorus to Liverpool. I'll get that attached. You know, I don't think it's applied the settings as well to Euro Truck Simulator as it did to Farming Simulator. I might have to adjust it again. The steering reactions are still fairly responsive. A bit too much. Anyway, here is our delivery for today. We should get it all done in one episode. It's 161 miles, so not an awfully long way. hoping the sound is okay as well. When I leave such a gap between episodes and there's an update, sometimes it can adjust the sound. Usually goes back to the default, so hopefully it's okay. When we get out of Grimsby, it should be a fairly quick journey, although it is going west, so it might be a little bit slow. It's not like going down to the M25 into London. And the first few roads out of Grimsby are a bit twisty turny, so we'll have to be a bit more careful. Can't go racing off. So yeah, if you haven't looked at the changelog yet for the new update, it's definitely worth looking at. There's a few key changes, main changes, and one of them is the waypoints, which I showed you, where you can add a different destination within the same journey. Another one is the sun is geographically correct, I believe, and there is one more, but I can't quite remember it. But yeah, the fact that they've adjusted the position geographically of the sun should make it a lot more realistic, so that should be really good, although I didn't really pick up on it before. So obviously there are a lot more people who are more observant than me out there. I'm going to take the A180, I think that was, to Sheffield in that general direction. Obviously not going to Sheffield, but we're heading in that direction. I always find them really tight, those turnings there. There's the A15 to Hull. If you continue down there you get to the Humber Bridge, but we're not, so I'll just cut in front of that bus. We're going to continue across west to Liverpool. On the M180, yeah, thought it was. We're still on the motorway, but we're now on the M18. Still heading towards Sheffield and Manchester. It's not really a very twisty route, it is quite a straight route as the crow flies. So I don't think there'll be a great deal of road changes, but there will be a few. I should really check the map. This is where we want to come off. Definitely makes it easier to steer though. Now I've adjusted it. Fuel station, we don't need fuel, so it's going to be a very simple run really today. So here we go, here is our map. You can see we've just gone past Sheffield as we were following the signs on the M180, then the M18. We're now going on the M1. We come off just here on the road up to Newcastle upon Tyne. Obviously there are more places in between Sheffield and Newcastle, but on this it doesn't really show them. And then we're going to cut across on the M62 towards Manchester, and then obviously drop down onto the M6 towards Liverpool. So not too complicated really. We best get back in the driving seat and finish off our journey. I think that isn't a bad idea though, if I do one massive journey and then split it into a number of episodes, and at the end of it we'll gain loads of experience, and if I do it well, a lot of money. And yes, I know I'm trying to still get the worker a lorry, but I still cannot afford it. It's all these modifications I had to do to this one, that's what's really messed it up. I only want something really cheap like an Iveco. Here's the first junction I told you about. This is where we come off here. This is towards Manchester. Onto the M62. Been on the M62 quite a bit in real life. We should see a few familiar sights for me. Recognise the bridge. Obviously, if you've never been on the M62, you won't have a clue what I'm on about. But a lot of the parts and the landmarks which are around the M62, which isn't a massive amount, but what there is, they have actually detailed in ETS. Something I wish they would do is put the counties on the map, because that would make it actually easier to follow the map. I think at the moment we're in Lancashire, but I'm not totally sure. And then we'll be going to Greater Manchester when we get closer. So here is our junction, coming up here very soon. Right, only 20 miles away now. Onto the M6 towards Merseyside, in Merseyside, towards towards Liverpool. Yes, our time is not really spent that much on the M6. Final 7 miles, destination is in sight. So yeah, it's not been a very difficult journey. We certainly shouldn't have encountered any damage. No speeding fines. This has been a really good route. Now I just have to concentrate and make sure I don't go into the back of this lorry in front. Liverpool discovered. Yeah, I've never really been in this direction before. You always get the urge to go into Europe rather than staying this side of the UK. Better speed up, the customer is waiting for us. Ooh, wrong lane, come on. At least it's nice and clear. So, here we go, the tricky bit. I think I'm just a little bit too far over, although it has gone green, so I might as well drop it off there. And good work. Was I late? Damage penalty of 1.2%. I'm not sure where that came from. Must have been... Maybe when I was turning I wasn't paying attention, maybe the trailer clipped something. Quite possible. It's funny how you get damage when you don't realise. But overall, everything else went well. All of these different bonuses has definitely helped. It wasn't a really big journey and all that experience points. That is really good. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode despite that little bit of damage I didn't even know I'd got. But next time I'll have to try harder and hopefully I'll be able to do a longer journey and split it into a number of episodes. So thanks for watching and until next time, bye for now.